And I want to wring your neck about this Jeff Jarrett interview because you're going to do a sit down interview with him. These had become popular in 1997. We saw you do them with Foley. We saw you do them with Goldust. Now you're doing one here with Jeff Jarrett, who had just jumped ship in October, and now he's a part of the WWF. But that first interview he did with his jacket in the center of the ring there was the promo that really got Austin a little upset, where he talked about 316 and how it was blasphemous. And he's even going to discuss some of that here in the interview with you, where he's talking about why he left WCW, why he made the jump. Were you aware that Austin was upset? Was that apparent right away? Was that something he would have discussed with you?
I can tell you that I probably knew Steve better than anybody in the company, and I still believe that to be true. I understood Steve's mindset better than most because he shared his thoughts with me off the record more often than not. But I knew that for whatever reason, I think it may have just emanated in how Austin was booked in Memphis back in the day. I don't know. I suspect that had a play in it, but it was just. I think there's latent things going on. I think there are things that are still going on in Steve's mind, replaying what happened back in the day when he was relegated to eating potatoes and making a couple of $100 a week. But so I think it goes back longer than the Montreal and back longer than the promo that was done, at least in my opinion. So but nonetheless, it was uncomfortable. And Austin had no problem expressing himself. He had all the power. He was a top guy. And I don't know if Jeff knew exactly what he was doing, how that worked out. But nonetheless, he flew with it. You got to give him credit for that because he was taking a chance. And that chance did not pay off for Jeff. Jeff didn't get that big run with Austin, if you noticed.
Ever. No, he did not.
Ever. So anyway, it was another notch in the gun, another stone was thrown. And Austin at that time was not the guy you wanted to trifle with because he's not going to, Vince is not going to allow Austin's mindset to affect him. He just wasn't going to have any effect. And it really didn't, other than piss Steve off. Maybe some of the stuff that was happening backstage and the dialogue backstage was even more scintillating than not. But in any event, it was there. I'd forgotten about that promo. This sounds bad for Jeff, but I forgot one of his biggest promos ever. But he was he had the nuts to do it. Slap nuts.